guys, how's it going? Stoutman coming back at you today. And today I'm going to have probably another short video, but you know, short for me usually means 10 minutes or so. We'll see what happens. Might be even shorter. Because I've only got two things to show you today, sadly. But I think they're pretty interesting items. Although they don't really have much in common other than the fact that they came from Amazon. And I know most people don't like to hear about things that came from Amazon. Like, yeah, well, everybody shops on Amazon. I know. I get it. There's nothing special about me getting something from Amazon. I understand. But, you know, I was able to find some interesting deals that not everybody might have, you know, known about. They're not deals that are, you know, that were necessarily just out there and everybody could see them. And they're just like deal of the day kind of things, you know, nothing like that. To show you what I mean, I'll start off with the deal that I found just by looking around through my wanted list, my wish list, and seeing what was there that was actually a really good price with like Prime shipping, which is something I'll do from time to time. I'll go in and look at the used copies of movies that I want and see if there's something that's like really cheap with Prime shipping. So if it's like under $5 and it comes with Prime shipping, I'll probably go for it. And sure enough, I found another Disney title that was under $5 on Amazon. And that Disney title is Alice in Wonderland, the live-action remake that Disney did a few years ago and has since spawned into like a trilogy, I think? Through the Looking Glass, I think? Something like that. Just this past summer. That one's coming out soon on Blu-ray, but it hasn't been released on Blu-ray yet, I don't think, at least. Anyways, I quite enjoyed this. I don't think it's like the best movie I've ever seen. I wouldn't even say it's better than like the original animated version or the animated movie of Alice in Wonderland from Disney, but it's pretty good and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And for $5, actually it was like $4.76 or something like that. Very good deal. And the code that it came with, the Disney Movie Reward code, was still active. So I was able to get 150 points on Disney Movie Rewards, which I promptly used to get another freebie, another free Blu-ray off of Disney Movie Rewards, which will be coming in probably in the next week or two. So, cool. I mean, just for buying this one Blu-ray for $4.76, I was able to get another Blu-ray for free direct from Disney. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to cry over paying very little money for a movie that, you know, most people probably don't love, but it's not bad. It's something that I would definitely watch again once or twice, maybe 3 times. You know, who knows? All I do know is that I enjoy it and I felt like it was a decent price to pay for it. So, yeah. But anyways, later in the week, after I ordered Alice in Wonderland, I discovered that they were having a short sale on a trilogy of movies that I've been wanting to pick up for quite a while, but I just was being cheap and waiting for it to drop to an even lower price. So, sure enough, it dropped to a lower price, and I picked it up for about $10. Oddly enough, they like factored in the cost of like tax. The way they factored in the cost of tax was kind of weird, but whatever. It ended up being like $11 after tax, I guess is what I would say. And I paid that much for Blade 2, and Blade Trinity, not Trinity. But yeah. I don't think I've even seen this one. I may have, but I don't recall. I have seen Blade 2. And I remember liking it quite a bit. Like the first time I saw it, I thought it was stupid. And then the second and third time, it grew on me. And now knowing or understanding that it was made by or directed by Guillermo del Toro, I'm like, oh, yeah, no wonder. He tends to do movies like that sometimes, where the first time you watch it, you're not so sure about it. But then the second and third time, it's just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And of course, the first Blade is a classic. God, can I really call it a classic? I can't. I always think of classics as things that are like 40, 50 years old, you know, and this is just like 10, 20, not 10 years old, it's like 20 years old, 1997 or something like that, right? But yeah, I mean, I felt like this was a really, really cool movie back in the day, and with horror. With Halloween coming up soon, I felt like, you know, $10 is a great price to pay to be able to check these out for Halloween, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just so you guys know, I am actually planning to do a series of videos this Halloween, this October in fact, on a bunch of movies in my collection that I'm revisiting, a bunch of horror movies that I'm revisiting after a long time of not having seen them. And these three will be in there at some point. I will be doing a revisiting of Blade, Blade 2, and Blade Trinity. Kind of like the revisiting thing I did for The Matrix, if you check that out. But it might not be as long-winded and drawn out as that. I'll probably go into great detail about some of them, and maybe even about this one, since it's 3 different movies. But others are just going to be like me talking about one particular movie, why I like it, what I think about it, having seen it for the first time in maybe 10, 15, 20 years, that kind of thing. You look behind my head, you see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's going to be one of the movies that I do for this. So yeah. The one thing I will tell you about this particular 3-pack Blu-ray is that the first movie, Blade, comes right here on its own hub, and then the second and third movie are stacked on the second hub. Now, this is something that's only the slightest bit irksome, and it's irksome not because of this release or because it's a thing that they do with Blu-rays. It's irksome because it was a thing that they did with DVDs and have been doing with DVDs for a long time, and DVDs got scratched to hell and back because of that. But thankfully, the anti-scratch coating on Blu-rays is a lot harder to penetrate and not as easy to scratch up as DVDs were. So even if they release it like this in a double pack with 2 discs on one hub, it's not really that big of a deal. It's not a huge problem because it's still, you know, it's not going to get scratched. It's not going to have the same problems that a DVD would have. This sucker, even if I move it around a whole bunch for another 20 years, constantly doing this, I'm still going to be able to pop in both 2 and 3, and they're both going to play perfectly because Blu-rays are very high quality. They're designed to last, which is a good thing because with physical media being on the downturn, physical media being soon to leave the scene, so to speak, or at least that's what they want, right? At least we have a form of physical technology, physical media here that will last us for a very long time. And it may even outlast a lot of digital platforms. So, who knows? All I know is that I have no regrets about my collection right here, and no regrets about my recent purchases here. I guess I paid about $350 for each of these movies. That's not a bad price, not at all. Very good price, in fact. I don't know much about this. It might not be a good price for this, but whatever. Just to get these 2 is cool for that price. And then the third movie there, consider it a freebie. Just like even if I don't like it, I seriously don't remember if I've even seen it. So yeah. Oh wow, David S. Goyer did the third movie. Interesting. Anyways, that's all I got. That's all I got from Amazon. So for a total of about $15 or so, maybe a little bit over, I got 4 movies on Blu-ray. 1 3-pack and Alice in Wonderland, which came with the Disney Movie Rewards code. So very cool. Very cool. That'll do it for me today, guys. I'll get back to you on Blade, Blade 2, and Blade Trinity for Halloween. But until then, catch you later. Peace.